Hi, I'm Tom.
I'm Matty.
And I'm Lewis.
This is the Wigan Way, Wigan's favourite rugby league podcast.
He'll put you in his trap 'cause he's a union man. He's got it all figured out. He won't care what you think 'cause he's a northern man. He's allowed to speak his mind. His
Right, today, gents, well, not today, but this weekend just gone, Matty Russell broke the record by playing for his 9th Super League club.
9th Super League.
Wow. And my task for you is to try and guess all 9.
Wigan.
Yep.
Warrington.
Yep.
Leeds.
Yep.
Played on loan.
Yeah. I'm going to go with the road we might forget about, Toronto Wolfpack.
Correct.
When they was in the Super League.
Getting that in always good.
Yeah,
Hull FC was on loan at.
Yep.
Catalans.
Yep. Imagine
What
if you
were we on
forgot Catalan, the one he broke the record at.
What were we on? 6?
You're on 6, so you got 3 to go.
Did he play for Salford?
He did not play for Salford.
Or he's at Wakey?
Correct.
I don't think he did Cass.
We said London. Has
He has not played at London.
He's not played at London, okay.
No. They are currently both in Super League still.
Lee?
Correct.
Was he at Cass?
No.
Oh,
Think
I
a
didn't think
bit.
it was a Cass.
You think
Bradford?
You're thinking a bit too northern. Low on the map. Get down there. Really low.
Toulouse?
Correct.
Oh, that was throwing me off then, the little hint. Oh,
Wow.
Wigan, Hull FC, Warrington, Toronto, Toulouse, Leeds, Wakefield, and Catalan. 9 clubs.
It's a lot of clubs.
I tell you what,
He only needs 14 to get Rory McIlroy.
he could hit double digits.
He could hit double digits.
I'm not saying like a London, but you know, one of the current promoted side, the 3 that came up this year. But he's already played at Toulouse, but I mean Bradford.
But he's got Bradford written all
York.
over it, hasn't he? Yeah.
He's got one of them written over him, you know, got to be a backup winger.
He has played for more clubs as well, just outside Super League, because he played the Championship, hasn't
Because he played at Featherstone.
he? Oldham.
Did he play at Swinton?
Don't think so.
Plenty of clubs out there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Should we get into this then?
Yeah.
A big loss over at Hull, over at Craven Park. Obviously not the result you want. You never want to lose. But I thought it was a spirited effort. It's not going to... I don't think we should skip over the fact of the squad selection and the team that played. Out of the 21 that we discussed last week, it was Eckersley in December. Farriman that missed out and Hodgkinson was the 18th man.
Yeah.
Um,
Left just Sam Essay and Patrick Mago as the senior players in that team. And my mind went back to the last couple of times we've been in the Challenge Cup final. 2 years ago we were in the Challenge Cup final and we went full strength. The time before that we were in the Challenge Cup final. It was in Pete's first year. He sort of rested everyone, but we still had a few playing. I feel like then we were bringing in our reserves. Were a bit more well-known household names, whereas this time it felt like we were bringing in.
it's almost like that.
There was 9 debuts, weren't there? And the rest of them were players who've not played many games.
When you talk about that age group though, and they come through, and we had a group come through, and then I know Bill Core tweeted about the last time we went to OK, we went on an Easter Monday. What did he say?
Yeah, no, it wasn't Easter.
Not
Monday.
Easter Monday. It went on a Monday.
It was Bank Holiday Monday in August, and we'd beaten Saints on the Friday.
But he said like those 7 or 8 debuts, and some of them were like December.
Eckersley
debuted. This was the extreme of it, though, wasn't it? It was the full extent of resting your squad.
Rest every single person that you can afford to rest.
Yeah.
And the only one they didn't really rest, whose first choice is Paddy,
It's Mago, yeah.
who plays 15 minutes, 20 minutes off the bench anyway.
Because we had a conversation, I think I did with you, Lewis. There's a lot of talk about how many should be allowed to rest and whose choice is that. And I started to go through it. I think you either rest everyone or none of them.
Yeah, because if you're thinking, right, you're going to Craven Park, which is a tough place to go. So you think, right, well, we'll rest all those players who are close to a ban. So we'll rest Havard, we'll rest Adam Kieran, we'll rest Harry Smith, we'll rest anybody who's close to a ban. And then you think, well, we'll rest everybody who's just come back from injury. So Field, you can rest.
Wardle's going to get a rest.
Wardle, you can rest. And so at that point then, Farrell, do not risk Farrell.
Walters.
So at that point, you think, well, you've rested 7 or 8 players then. You're not going to win.
But you're going to leave 5 or 6 in there who are going to be targeted.
Absolutely.
And I would target them if a team did that.
You know they'd try and get them banned. You know they'd try and do that.
Let's just mention the team. Then obviously Cartwright played at full-back. I was really impressed with him. Looked really lively.
Yeah.
I think the whole back three really had a good go under the high ball. Nathan Law and Austin Daniels.
Yeah, he looked good on the high ball, didn't he?
Yeah,
They kept peppering him, yeah.
He's a good lad. He was at our college
Yeah.
last year. He's a nice young bloke. Austin. He actually took our subjects as well, so
Yeah.
he was taught by the teacher, but he's like come to reading sessions and stuff like that. He's a good young bloke, so it's nice to see him have a run out and go well and do.
And they
well.
were mentioning on the commentary that he'd had a horrendous injury, that he'd come back from a ACL injury. So that would just be.
Yeah, he did actually. He was on crutches towards the end. Yeah.
It's good that he got back playing.
But yeah, mint under the eyeball. There was always good. Obviously, Nathan Lowe, we know a little bit about from our mate Full Blown.
Yeah.
He comes watching the rugby with us, so nice fit to see him. Obviously, he's got that moment now he'll never forget.
Oh yeah. Anybody saying this game's pointless?
Going forward.
You asked Nathan Lowe if that game was
Ask
pointless.
them 9 debutants.
Yeah. You asked Taylor Kerr, who made himself a bit of a fan favourite, I think, in that game.
Yeah.
He used it. Wigan's youngest ever captain.
Yeah. I wanted to start with this. All 17 that have played, none of them have come out going, there's not a negative word being said about any single one of these 17 that have played.
No. Well, you can't, can you? You can't come
That's
out and
what I
say
mean.
I've did it.
But none of them, you know, sometimes someone makes a debut, they have a shocker, they drop 3 balls and throw a pass forward and miss 2 tackles. None of them have done that. There was a couple of bad reads and non-Super League reads.
I saw somebody online was talking about the stats from this game and saying, well, yeah, and this, by the way, it's not a Wigan fan, it's a St Helens fan saying this. He's saying, yeah, they got butchered, but if you look at the meters and they play the balls in the opposition 20, you look at all this, and then you look at Huddersfield's first strength, full-time team, they're exactly the same. Mm-hmm. And then Cass last week were exactly the same. You think you can go to Craven Park anyway and get beat?
Yeah.
It just happens.
So it's kind of like a game that it's kind of the right time for us.
I think Pete said it right when he said you earn the right to choose.
You deserve
It's
it.
your decision or not. You earn the right to do it by getting to the Challenge Cup final.
Did Saints need to rest everybody this week?
And there'll be people.
Warrington?
Well, there'll be people who
Leeds?
turn round and if whatever happens at the weekend, they'll use it to say it was the right decision. It was the wrong decision depending on how the result goes.
Rubbish.
But it's not. Yeah, the results of the game at the weekend will have no validity on if that was the right decision or not.
100%. I agree with you. 100%.
Spot on. I want to go the other way as well. If Wigan win, it's not because we rested people and Hull KR didn't.
No.
It's because they won on the day.
Yeah.
So even if it's positive or negative, I want to throw that in. I know you're spot on there.
And I think the discourse online has been horrendous about this, and a lot of Wigan fans, or so-called Wigan fans as well, which is what disappoints me, because we've seen how over the last 4 years we trust Matty Pete. Mm-hmm. Or well, we've seen he's worth trusting. He knows what he's doing. Right, he knows what he's doing. So for calling for his head again, for resting his entire team week before a cup final, you can't. I'm sorry, you can't do that and claim to be a Wigan fan. You can't. The word supporter has got the word support in it. You can't claim to be a Wigan supporter but you can be upset at this decision. You can question it.
You can say you don't think it's right.
You can say you don't think it's right. You'd say I wouldn't have done that. I would have played the full strength team. Right, fine. But it's his job. You can't get rid of him for that when the reason he's doing it is because he's got a cup final he's got us to next week.
If we went to the cup final and he went and did that, I would fully support it.
Well, if he deliberately lost by playing the young players in a game when there was no
week off.
There was no reason. Yeah, obviously, but
it's just the
like you said, he's earned the right to do it.
Yeah. And when we've got other clubs who are bringing in bloody people on 1 week loans just to give someone a rest. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean? At least we're returning to our academy, and
the
young
disappointment
lads have gone out
and the so-called disgust is fake from everybody.
Yeah.
I know it is because it wasn't here when any other club did it.
It wasn't here when
Hull
KR did it in 23.
Or
It wasn't
Warrington.
there when Warrington did it in 24.
Or St Helens.
It wasn't there. Where was the conversation? Do you not remember? Was it 23, 24 when we won the league leaders and Salford? We played Salford on a Thursday.
And they arrested
And they arrested
everybody.
everyone before the playoffs.
Yep.
And it meant that Hull KR definitely couldn't win the league leaders on a
Yep.
Friday.
Yeah.
I don't remember anyone going, oh, they've brought the integrity into
Do you
the
know
league.
what they said? I can tell you exactly what the online discourse was then. It was, well, Paul Rull has earned the right to do that.
Yeah,
By
he's
finish-
already
because
made
he's
it in the
already
playoffs.
made sure he's finished in 4th place and he can't move.
Because he could have got into 4th.
Yeah.
Do you not remember? He could have got a home semi-final and they said, well, we're probably going to go to Wigan and lose anyway.
Yeah.
And Wigan have just done the same thing, but it's a problem because Wigan...
It's a problem when Wigan do it. That's the fact of life. And that's if you use a reserve game to get somebody one match fewer on their ban, that's only a problem if Wigan do it. It is. It's only a problem when a Wigan refs Wigan. Not a problem when Chris Kendall refs Huddersfield. Or Tom Grant refs Leeds. That isn't a problem.
And I just want to throw this in there. I've looked through at Hull KR this season. 5 teams have played Hull KR and conceded 40 plus points.
Yeah. Yeah. With their strongest lineups.
Saints went pretty much full strength and conceded 52-10. York got battered in the cup 48-10. Toulouse didn't score a point at home, 46-0.
Mm-hmm.
Bradford was 48-12 and KR against Cass was 50 points to 6.
Mm.
We've watched this week of Super League and how many points have brought the game into disrepute? What was the other one? I saw someone complaining that we've got a TV deal and our box office game is one of the box office games.
It's going to be a blowout.
It's going to be a blowout.
Do not watch Vegas.
Well, do not watch Vegas. If that's your issue, why are you putting the 2 most successful teams of the last 3 years playing each other the week before the Challenge Cup final when one of them's likely to be there?
Also, why are you putting it on a Thursday night?
Why are you putting it on Thursday night? I find it comical. Really, I really do.
People are entitled to their own opinion. They're entitled to be wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. People are entitled to be wrong. But you are wrong if you think Pete should get sacked for this.
Yeah.
You just are.
Just going to go back onto our young lads, the lads who played. Obviously, we talked about the back 3. Cartwright looked lively, made a couple of really good breaks down the middle of the field,
Yeah, that where he kept sidestepping everybody down and then Hiku hit him with a shoulder charge.
Yeah. I actually said to you, Lewis, when we were watching it, he's got the ability to make someone miss. I think that's one of the hardest things, to make someone clean miss you. Both wingers, they were confident, they went for everything. I know Nathan dropped one early on in a yardage set coming out, and he kept coming back for work, so really impressed with things like that.
Yeah.
Obviously, George O'Loughlin following his father's footsteps.
Yeah, and his grandfather's footsteps.
And his grandfather.
And all his uncles and...
all his family.
Yeah.
I tell you what, if you were following your dad's footsteps, would you want to play in the same position if it was not?
No.
It must be difficult, that. Obviously,
So he doesn't play in the same position?
I know, that's what I mean. When you're a kid, would you want to be a 13 like your dad?
Sean O'Loughlin could have played every position on the pitch. I think has.
Yeah, probably has.
Apart from fullback and wing. Which, why would he want to do any of those positions?
Yeah. Halfbacks, I was really impressed with Marsden again.
Yeah.
Long kicking, kept trying to show up, kept trying to do the right kicks.
Well, we're always going to have to be doing long kicking, weren't we? With the pressure we would be under. Literally men against boys. Yardage is going to be a mismatch.
Yeah.
Well, I thought, particularly after half time, we came out and really got stuck in. And I like that. I was proud of that on Thursday night. I know we kept conceding tries and that's going to happen, but I was really proud of the way they come out in the second half and give them a bit of fire. A bit of fire in the bellies.
Yeah.
Come on, you're representing Wigan here.
Going into the forwards, obviously, we know what we expect from SA, Mago, McDermott,
What I
Forber.
expect from SA is the rock bottom. Hit somebody with a rock bottom.
I wondered where you were going then. But a couple of names that we did see. Lucas Mason made his debut in the second row with Lewis Daniels. I thought both of them kept showing up. I think that's up the second row centre is probably the hardest place to defend.
Yeah.
Well,
half as well.
Half as well. But you've got bodies in motion and shape being thrown at you. I thought they both kept showing up and putting them 1%ers in. I do want to... what was the proper came off the bench name? O'Connor, was it?
Oh yeah, he got stuck in, didn't he?
He was fiery.
Put somebody on his backside, and then next thing he was barnstorm and carry.
Yeah. And what you know what I like most? I think it would have been about the 50th minute. He took the first carry, got flattened, got put on his back. He came and took the fourth carry. Took 2 sets in a carry because his first one wasn't great. No, sure, not because you want to do that work. I thought it was really, really brave. You know.
Yeah, they got stuck right in, didn't they? Like that's the good thing here. They got stuck in.
We had a bit of Taylor Kerr chat.
Yeah, Taylor Kerr, what a player.
Yeah, he's some player, isn't he?
He does not take a backward step, does he? You can tell he's a Wigan lad.
Yeah.
Very got, Mickey Mac, Brad O'Neill kind of vibes about him.
Yeah.
Never takes a backward step, gets stuck in, no fear of reputation. Don't care who you are, what reputation you've got.
I've heard he was whispering some things into Mikey Lewis's ear every time he tackled him, which I can't repeat on this show, but I'm all for.
Was he giving him some stuff?
He was giving him some verbal abuse.
Yeah. He's
he was trying to get him to fight him, I think.
Yeah.
Which didn't work. Mikey didn't fight. One particular commentary line I enjoyed was, or two actually. Number one, Barry McDermott said that O'Connor off the bench run it harder than his namesake Terry. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then the commentary team also made reference to Mikey Lewis's tattoo. He wears 6 on his back, but he's got 4 tattooed on his neck in Roman numerals. Do you know why he has 4 tattooed on his neck? Because he thought it was 6. He thought IV was 6. So he went and got IV. Maybe he was looking in the mirror, I don't know. I think
that can't be right.
Looking in the mirror at the tattoo shop.
That can't be true.
But yeah, I sound that lad. I don't know what the real reason is. Funny though. Having 4 tattoos.
Is it actually 4? I'm trying to
It's 4, it's IV. But he got it tattooed on, when he got the number 6 shirt, he got it tattooed, and it's probably unrelated, but it's funny to think that he was just looking in a mirror.
Because obviously the number 6 had been retired, hadn't
Yeah.
it? And they brought it out of retirement.
For Mikey Lewis.
Yeah. But yeah, really good performance from all of them. Not a bad word to say for any of them. And you know what? I think a couple of them, and I'm looking again at Kerr, McDermott, Forber, and SA Mago.
Well, you'd imagine, let's say, 4 of them are going to make 50 appearances for the first team, and one of them is probably going to make 200 appearances. If you think about the history of Wigan's Academy, and lots of them are going to make 200 Super League appearances.
Yes.
And lots of them are going to make 250 Championship appearances. Like, that is the shopping list. That what you're looking at right there, the lineup, is the shopping list for most clubs in Super League in the next 3 years.
Well, I was going to say, that there's 17, 2 of them obviously not Academy products in Mago and SA.
Right, but you can bring in Eckersley, Hodkinson, Farriman and Semba.
Of course. What I mean is that out of them 15 that have played, there will be quite a few that don't make it into Wigan's permanent first team because...
The couple of lads that played in that Hull KR one last time that never... They finished rugby, they packed in rugby.
Because you're just not going to...
Can't bring them all through.
You can't make a new 13 every 2 years.
No.
Because there'll be another 15, 16 lads in 2 years' time.
Yeah.
2 years' time after that. You talk about that. Our reserve team went and beat Hull KR.
Which is...
But our reserve team played.
They were all
so
there.
it was like basically the academy side went and beat Hull KR's reserves.
That's a great achievement, that. It deserves to be talked about more. It won't be because it's Wigan, but that's a great achievement, that.
But it just shows you the depth, and you look already, Noah Hodkinson will have people looking at him, and he's not even in this team, thinking how's he going to get game time. Zach Eckersley's established himself.
The same as Jacob Douglas.
Yeah.
It's now a bit worrying to look around the other parts of the league, though.
How many teams could do this? The answer's 1.
This is what I mean, is there not maybe
no other team
could
do
there
this.
saying, look, we're relying a lot on the same clubs to produce
Right,
talent, and we need more coming through to focus
That is a
on it.
problem.
Let's be brutal. Let's be brutally honest here. In Super League, Leeds should definitely be doing this. Sage should be. Warrington should be.
They're probably not far off.
They're probably not far off.
I want to talk about you and Owen later.
Yeah. There are 3 or 4 clubs who have started to improve a little bit. Hull FC have produced a couple in the last year, both the wingers, a couple of centres. Catalan have brought a couple of French lads through. So there's some getting that.
Catalan could do this.
Yeah.
Possibly.
And they need to do it better.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't, and I do ask myself.
Catalan did do this actually. They played a full academy team against us once. Well, a full reserve team against us once.
Did anyone complain and say that they brought the league into disrepute?
Do you know they didn't?
Did they not?
No, they didn't.
But the point I was going to get at is why would you not want this? If you were Lee, Toulouse, Wakefield, all these clubs,
Bradford,
all these clubs that don't have the major reserve setup, and I'm not having they don't let us have an official license because you get an official license, but you don't get the elite license.
That's the worst excuse I've ever heard. The RFL wouldn't let us have an academy. Of course they would.
Yeah.
Of course they would.
And if they don't let you have one, you should have a little why you're not allowed one.
Of course they would. You're allowed one.
They just not got the elite license.
Right, so earn it.
But Matt,
stupid. Jack Farriman would be playing for Lee if we were allowed an academy. No, we wouldn't.
No. But my issue is, and we get a lot of stick for it, we do pick players up from outside of the Wigan area. We've been players from Lee, we've gone all the way over to Saddleworth and things like that. Because if you're a youngster, you see that, what happened on Thursday, and go, they can get me into Super League. That's the first
proven track record of getting players into Super League.
And if I don't get into Super League with Wigan...
If Wigan come knocking, you go.
But even if you don't get into Super League with Wigan, it was like the old Man United thing, wasn't it? They're Wigan trained. They know how to play rugby league. They know what to do. They know how to turn up and be professional.
That still is a thing, Man United, I think.
Yeah. And
people get gigs from Man United Academy, and you think, well, they're hopeless. But they've survived in Manchester United Academy till they were 18, so they must be good.
Yeah.
So you're going to keep getting clubs.
And that's it, and we can have that. And realistically, that should then feed through all the leagues.
And the difference with that is you can't go on loan and play men's rugby too soon. No. Whereas in football you can.
But what I mean is
you can do that.
We've got 14 professional Super League clubs.
Yeah.
If all of them had an academy set up.
Do you know we've produced a lot? London. For the size of the team, for the size of the club, they were never in the playoffs. They made quite a lot of players.
But my point is if you look, and there's 14 clubs, and every 2 years you produce 2 first team players that you end up keeping. That means there's 15 to 20 that don't make it. 10 of them will flood into the Championship and League One. And they're 10 years there. That just massively improves the strength of your competition. But because there's 3 teams that do it, there's not enough to go round.
Yeah.
That's it. Then you're just looking at other policies where they're bringing in more quarter spots, so it really, again, discourages that kind of investment into youth and producing your own, because it's where we can just go and buy an overseas player now to fill that gap.
But it's also...
Bring a hooker in to play a game.
But it's also... For a long time, the clubs that did this were the successful ones. The Leeds Golden Generation, St Helens 4 in a row, Wigan's teams that have been successful in the past, I'm talking Maguire, Wayne and Pete, they've been built on a core of academy lads.
But up until last year when KR won it, I'm certain the statistic was you had to have something like 8 academy products in your team to win.
I'm not sure Bradford had that.
I think they did.
They probably had a fair few, but I don't think they
might not have been 8, but there was a number where no one had ever won it with less.
We're going the wrong way though. I know what you mean. We're going the wrong way. By adding 10 quarter players now, 10 quarter players out of 17.
Well, you look at, this is just one that springs to mind, I'm not trying to pick on them in any way, shape or form, but you look at someone like Cass and the literal 1-7 back line, it's just, there's not an English player, not an academy player in there, it's just full of overseas quarters.
Well, that's it.
Now, I'm not trying to just have a go at foreign players, I'm not, Nigel Farage over it, like wanting Brexit Rugby League and only English people in it, but you know what I mean, we need to strengthen our competition, our playing pool, and I think we do that with long-term plans about bringing youth through. And we need more than just Wigan Saints doing it.
I used to always think your quarter player was the cherry on the cake. You'd go and get a top half-back who could win you a comp, or you'd go and get an elite winger that would score 20-odd tries and they'd win it you.
And that doesn't even take into account the fact that you've signed Kai Pearce-Paul or Sam Walters, or if it's Saints, Darren Clark. Somebody from another club who's not a quarter player. someone from another club. Now that you can sign 10 quota players, you just get an excuse to raid Tweed Seagulls and Mackay Cutters and get players who've got no NRL experience who are going to come over. And
For a chance.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but they're not going to play that well.
No.
Then you might get 1 in 10 who's a player. But you need players who are hungry to prove themselves, who've had a chance in the NRL and lost it. That's what you need.
I know you mentioned Castleford then. We've gone off on a bit of a tangent here, but you mentioned Castleford then. The 1 to 7. Gary got a hat trick this weekend, and we'll talk about that later on. But if you read the 1 to 7, and the fact that they've signed that winger whose name has gone from Vargy.
Oh, I think he's more of a centre, but yeah.
Wingers, but you've got Valamir and Ravalawa.
Mr. Avalawa.
Mr. Avalawa.
Papalangi,
Yeah.
Zach Sinney,
Blake
Taff. You're 1 to 7.
Then it's
You're going to have a backup.
You're not dropping any of them for Gary because you're spending so much more money on them.
But they're going to have an overseas backup.
Yeah.
One of them isn't going to play.
Yeah.
And the other one's going to be like Daniel McIntosh, who's played 100 and odd Super League games. And then Gary will leave. And he should play 10 years at Castleford.
Yeah. He should, yeah. But he won't.
No.
And somebody else will be fortunate because they've got Gary in Castle.
So we've got the name him twice.
And then somebody will go, oh, weren't Cass stupid to let Gary go just so they could get 2 past-it wingers from the NRL? And you go, yeah. But how have Castleford...
It's happening, in the moment and people aren't seeing it.
Have they had a good track record of making good decisions?
Not yet.
No.
Not yet.
Been shopping at Netto for the last couple of years.
I've been shopping at Netto, yeah. Problem is, all the food they've bought is out of date.
Finishing off. We should go back to Wigan and KI. Obviously, KI did what they had to do.
Yeah.
Scored some good tries.
They'll be worried about Dean Hadley. He's an important player for them to just limp off. Now, it might have been precaution, but that's the risk you run when you go full strength.
Peters has said we're going to leave it as long as he can. He's had a scan.
Well, they should do that.
It's a muscle injury. But you're going to go into him, even if he's past fit, he's not going to be 100%. And
also, we've been there, haven't we, with what's his name in 2017? What the winger that meant Marshall had to play at the morning of the game, failed fitness test. Was it Burgess? No, it wasn't Burgess. He played, didn't he? Must have been Manfredi or Davis. Whoever was meant to be playing on the wing failed the fitness test in that morning, and Marshall had to come in. It's hard then. And who is their backup second rower?
It's not Tanganoa anymore.
Oh, exactly. I don't know who it is.
Would be Whitbread.
No, well, maybe Whitbread, but then you...
Bachelor and Martin, wouldn't you think if had this not playing?
Yeah.
Bachelor and Martin, yeah. Still, important player for them to miss.
Definitely. Right. Obviously, he builds up a Wembley thing, and we're going to talk about that when we do our predictions.
Yeah.
But we're going to now take a quick break. We're going to come back with Around the Grounds. So, after Wigan brought the TV deal into
disrepute,
we've basically blown that deal.
We've cost the rugby league millions of pounds.
Yeah, we're going to talk about 3 really, really quality performances.
If by pounds you mean millions and millions of Qatari.
I bet the Qatari is quite strong, actually.
I looked up once what the weakest economy is. I can't remember what it is. It might not be Qatar.
We're going to start off with Leeds versus Huddersfield.
Lebanon. It is Lebanon. 100%.
We're going to start off at Leeds. Huddersfield. Now, they went full strength. Yeah? So obviously, you can't lose by more than 10 if you go full strength. They lose 52-0.
Yeah. Yeah. Their coach accused them of being victims.
Yeah, he's a new guy, isn't he?
Jim Lenihan.
Jim Lenihan.
Tell you what, he knows he's got a job on his hands now.
Can I say? Didn't he apply for the job originally when they gave it to Luke Robinson?
Can't remember.
I'm certain they did, and they rejected him the first time. Went with Luke Robinson, and then he's reapplied.
Oh, he must love Huddersfield. He really loves Big G. Grew up watching Earl Crabtree. I don't know. What could it be?
Leeds, in all these games, can we start with the team that wins? And just give him a bit of credit.
Every time Brodie Croft scores, he shouts the most ridiculous big shout you ever... Watch him every time he scores. It must be high on the decibel-o-meter.
Yeah.
But if you had one near Brodie Croft when he scores, it must be the loudest noise in rugby league.
He loves to scream.
He loves screaming.
He's like a very passionate guy, Brodie Croft, isn't
he? Yeah.
Very emotional.
Yeah.
I don't get me how you...
As emotional as Harry Newman.
Yeah.
Leeds were good. Let's not undersell that. Leeds did everything right. Were effective. I don't think they had to play that well. I don't think they had to be brilliant.
No.
But how can you be 12-0 down in 10 minutes so often? How can you start so bad all the time? 52-0.
I think he's right though, isn't he? Coach, they blame victims and they act like victims. Well, if your coach is saying that, it must be true.
Big to say that though after 1 week.
He's coming in with a fresh pair of eyes.
2 weeks, sorry.
He's coming with a fresh pair of eyes and he's seen this and he's gone, well, you men are acting like victims, you stop acting like victims.
Do you not think that's just a huge thing to say?
It's a ridiculous thing to say.
To say it to the press?
Yeah.
Maybe you say it in a team meeting.
Yeah.
But he can't be more than 2 weeks into a job.
Yeah.
And he's gone to the press saying that.
Does this not feel like to you, when Chester was in charge of Cass, it was like, we'll just waited for the end of I can't wait for this. We wait for the end of the season and get rid of some of this dead weight we've got in our team.
You have to get rid of 10 of them?
He kept coming out every week saying, but that's what Chester kept saying. He kept going, we need to get rid of 10 or 11 of this team. They're all terrible. They no good at training. They don't put any effort in. They act like victims. I can't wait to not be their coach anymore. You're thinking, come on, Chris. These are your charges. You've got to get them into battle next week. Come on.
I am lost for words.
Yeah, it's a bit of a weird one. We talked about it last week, didn't we? But there seems to be a couple of clubs now in that mode of we'll just wait for next season, start building for next season. You're thinking,
yeah, I think...
What round are we in?
It feels like, though, that there's 7 teams that can make the playoffs. Catalans is a maybe, and everyone else is given up.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like.
Yeah. No, I agree.
I do get to lose York and Bradford, and I want to exclude them from this.
They'll be trying not to finish bottom.
Yeah, they're coming in. Let's settle down. Yeah. Let's have a good, decent for year. Couple of big scouts that they've all got. They're fine for me. You're the promoted side.
Has any club been confirmed Super League next year?
Have we confirmed if it's staying at 14 or going up or going down or...
Well, my point here is Lee and Bradford are definitely going to be in, aren't they? Because otherwise, why are they playing in Vegas?
So that has to tell you that they think it's going to be... These 14 are going to be there next year.
What if Bradford finish bottom?
That's what I mean. So they're going to say Bradford are going to be there next year.
Maybe it's on IMG points again, I don't know.
Yeah.
Bradford were 12th, weren't they?
I don't know how that works. But you're right, Huddersfield, Castleford, Hull are already on next year's plans. Catalan, in fact, I'm looking at Catalans in there.
Catalans are a maybe for me because they've had a few decent performances and because I feel like they've got a bit of... They've not just kicked into next week with Mitch Pearce and McIlroy.
Yeah.
They've gone with Cartwright to try and save the season, try and get with the playoffs.
That'll go well if they do get playoffs.
Yeah.
And Hull have already set up to next year.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm lost for words with Huddersfield.
How much more can we say? I mean, all of last season we spoke about this. It feels like all of this season. I've said so many times on this show, I want Huddersfield to be good because birthplace of rugby league, Giants is that's a recognisable sort of brand. Huddersfield is, people who know rugby league know Huddersfield, And yet at this point, like they're just a bit like in this game, pointless.
Yeah,
Pointless.
I am.
You could put London in and they'd lose by this many, but then at least we'd look like we've got London in.
This is the thing, though, and what they actually bring into the league. Like, they struggle to get crowds. Owners are admitted in a stadium that's much too big for them. Like, on the field, they don't really offer you much. It's a bit like when you have got projects outside the Super League, like a London, who are signing like big name players coming over to play, like Regan Campbell Gillard straight away, like springs to mind and stuff. That they've got ambition, they're wanting to do stuff and go places. You've got Darren Lockyer working with, a big name in rugby league and whatever. They've got a bit of a long-term plan in place. Whereas Huddersfield just kind of goes, right, we'll start the season, we'll start it poorly, right, we'll rebuild for next year. We've done it for the past 3 seasons.
Gillette and company like Gillette and Ron Seal, who sponsored in the past, and Daisy has sponsored it in the past. Who else has sponsored us in the past? Kingston Press, whoever. And these big companies. I mean, Gillette's an enormous company to sponsor us. And they don't sponsor us anymore. But what would they rather be putting the money to? London or Huddersfield?
Yeah.
You tell me.
I'm just thinking, like,
It feels like Betfred sponsors everything now.
they got Jason Demetriou as head coach London.
Mm-hmm.
How many clubs would take him in Super League?
Quite a few.
So I mean, like,
Yeah, nearly half.
Huddersfield would have
I would
wanted
say,
to appoint him,
But he's there for a project, isn't he?
and that's what I mean. There's not even a project here at Huddersfield or Castleford, and I feel bad throwing Castleford in it after a good win.
There's a project at Castleford which is
There's been a project for the last
paint
10
everything
years.
black and tarmac it all.
It's always been next year. I don't think London are trying to be a success next year. I think they're trying to be a success for the next 10 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
Rather than just, we'll do well next year with these signings.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll see.
Another team that's really letting themselves down, Hull FC. It's over to Leigh, 42 points to 6.
This is they come off the back of getting beat by Toulouse, and you think, right, we've got to have a comeback here. We've got to play well.
I'm just looking, and obviously,
But the big news that they've signed Bailey Hodgson,
yeah,
or rumour that they've signed Bailey Hodgson the morning of the game against Leigh. I think, right, they can put the cat amongst the pigeons here,
and they put that performance in.
and then they go and turn up with that performance.
Okay.
Good.
They got 2 players on loan from Leeds. Hull FC shouldn't be loaning players from Leeds.
Yeah.
It shouldn't happen. Like, they had Newman the other week. It just shouldn't happen. I get like I'm looking through the side and they're missing players and they're missing Herman SAS.
No penetration.
Yeah,
No
penetration without him.
Also, I'm certain someone said he was back for Good Friday.
Well,
He's targeting Good
I'm
Friday.
a bit worried about how many injuries he's getting.
Not got a game this season. But my point being in this was, where was the club captain?
The club captain went watching Leeds and Huddersfield. Wouldn't want our club captain doing that.
Everyone else who wasn't playing from Hull FC was at Leigh watching the game.
Yeah. Or cheering on from home, presumably.
Yeah. Not taking pictures because he's gone watching.
Whenever I watch Hull FC, and I watched a bit of this game, whenever I watch Hull FC, it feels like Hardaker is like trying to do everything.
Yeah.
Because they've got no... I guess they've got no Caesar and he's the general and everything, but it feels like Hardaker's got to do everything for him.
Yeah.
He's got to make every first tackle carry and he's got to make every tackle and he's got to kick every goal. Not that they get many chances at shots at goal, but it just feels like...
It was Will Price before he got injured.
Yeah, I
There's a lot of
suppose,
pressure
Will-
on him to
yeah.
do everything and there's no one stepping up.
But
and
just
everyone-
putting so much pressure on one player who's... You know, he's had a good career, Hardaker, but you can't have all that on one person.
I go back to it and I do not get it with Hull FC and the management of that club and the direction it's going in. They look like they had something to build. Like, Cartwright had in, I know they had the home form where they went that ridiculous amount of days, games, like not winning a game at home. But that's one of those things in sport, it hangs over your head, once you break it, you know what I mean? But they had some good away performances. They had a coach who all the players absolutely loved. They were building. They were bringing youth through. Your Barons, your Martins, your Littons. Like they looked like there was a project there, like to build something off. And then suddenly Cartwright's gone, Last is in, and obviously McNamara now they've announced for next season. But it was just so. I go back to that decision. It was so strange. It
felt
completely
rushed.
derailed them.
Was it
Completely derailed them.
Was it worth blowing your season up
No.
when you could have dealt with it a bit better?
They could definitely have done that better.
But you just deal with it. You say, listen, you're welcome to move on. We're going to go in a new direction. We're really happy for you to stay. We want you here.
We're going to make the handover as possible.
We're going to make a smooth handover because we think that's the best for our transition.
We'll give you the respect you deserve when you finish it. When it's the last game, we'll give you the respect you deserve.
Yeah, you can have a send-off.
You can have a walk around the pitch and, instead of backstab, basically got backstabbed.
Yeah.
And his wife coming out and talking, his daughter.
And they don't do that if they think they've gone.
Yeah.
And it's all
He
been
said
done
he'd been
properly.
betrayed.
Yeah.
Like, strong words. Very strong words.
Yeah.
There. Betrayed and...
Because he must already have known that he'd signed someone else to replace him. And not even had that conversation that he wasn't wanted next year.
Yeah.
It's just blown their season up. Lee, good.
Yeah.
It'd be much better if Adam Cook could kick. 7 missed conversions.
Did he miss 7? I knew he missed a few. He kept missing a lot in the first half. But...
Well, it was one of them. They were 12-6 up at half time and they missed 3 conversions. Should be 18-6.
There was a...
It got so bad that Mile Hanley kicked one.
What did he? Yeah. I was flicking between the games here, and I was not being an agency because I was watching a bit of both the games, but neither one of them was capturing my attention.
Yeah. No.
Neither one of them was saying, watch me instead of the other.
But that's perfect for the TV deal. Remember that. It's fine for the TV deal. Going to move on to Saturday. 3 games on Saturday.
I actually switched them both off and watched the cricket at one point.
Yeah. Castleford Saints.
This was a bit of a shock, wasn't it?
Yeah, big shock.
30 points to 10.
Go on, like you said before, start off with Cass first. Start off with the team that's given the bread and butter. I think Cass played some nice stuff. The stadium was loud. The fans, you could hear, they was up for it. The sun was shining. It seemed like a really nice Saturday afternoon of rugby league for them.
Sun shines so beautifully off that black paint.
Off that black tar, mate.
And the black tar.
What I'm going to say about Cassie's?
Played some nice rugby though, to be fair, as well.
Yeah.
Gary getting 3, Wing with some good finishes.
The best try in this game was the scrum move.
Lovely scrum
That
move.
was a very nice scrum move.
The thing I wanted to point out was I thought they were more direct.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
They
give them
actually
some
went at
absolute,
Saints.
you give them some penetration. To quote Andy Last, the former Castleford coach himself, Tyler Dupree.
Yeah.
Give them some real go forward.
But I just thought they were direct. They went at Saints. They stood up to them. And I was like, that's brilliant. That's what you need to do.
Yeah, great performance for Cass. Like we said, they had that lovely scrum play. Gary had a nice finish in the corner. Aside from that, and scored, well, what is a pretty easy one, which we'll talk about. But yeah, good win for Cass. And again, it kind of goes to what you were saying a few weeks ago there, Tom. Was like, Cass can really turn it on when they want to. Especially in front of their own fans, they can really turn it on and put in a real cracking performance. You think, right, come on, that's something to build on.
Ryan Kerr must have beat Saints but been angry.
Yeah.
Because you sat there going, I should actually be able to be happy. I feel like we just beat Saints and won a massive game for us.
Yeah.
But he said he's probably sat there fuming, going, where is this on a week by week basis? Why can't we do this?
The end of the last month, they conceded 15 back-to-back games.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, where was this? And again, when the next week they come, if they don't perform like that. Don't get me wrong, we'll talk about Saints. I do think Saints made it a bit easy because they definitely weren't at the race, especially some of the defending.
Didn't fancy tackling, did they?
But you got to give credit to Cass as well. They played what was in front. Like I said, the crowd was loud and they enjoyed a nice Saturday afternoon in the sun. So fair play to
Good for them.
I can't get over how poor Saints were.
Listen,
I don't think it matters how good a team plays if you played that poorly, you can't win games.
Well, I think what epitomised it was, what forward was it who scored for Casper who just ran straight through
Brock Grayson.
and he just ran straight through. Two people missed him.
Well, one of Gary's tries, he just cuts back in and runs straight past everybody.
Yeah, and he just runs straight through. There's nothing exciting about it. Dupree makes a break off nowhere, just off a straight
one. Ended up getting 2 points off
one
that,
drive, and you're just looking. You must be a Saints fan. Go, what are we doing? They're literally running straight through the middle of us.
I'm going to make a point, and then I'm going to disprove it immediately. But it's an hard place to go. The one bore, Lenderhorst Diggerland. It's a hard place to go. The jungle. Tight. Fans are on you. They're up for it. You know, you can easily get flattened if they get on a roll. Having said that, that might explain a few things, but it doesn't explain your missed tackles.
Well,
Doesn't explain your missed tackles. If you're saying Talon's going to cast, it doesn't explain your missed tackles.
I'm just looking at a few.
Doesn't explain that Grayson try, or the Dupree where they got the 2 points, or the try for Gary where he ran straight through the middle. Well, even Gary's try where he scored in the corner, not the scrum play, the other one.
His first try.
They all missed him anyway. That was a great finish, but he should have been put in the third row before he even got anywhere near the line.
I'm just flicking through a few clips. There's an awful attempt from Sailor for his first tackle. He actually gets his arms wrapped around him and then just lets go. There's PLT.
The PLT run where he gets through.
He steps inside Jackson Hastings, who doesn't put an effort in.
No.
And Jackson Hastings is a better defender than that.
Yeah.
But Sirenen's a yard off him. At least dive for him. So at least if he gets past you, then you put the effort in. A couple. The Brock Grayson try.
That's the most.
Clement and Walmsley should be embarrassed.
But we saw this, didn't we, with Brad O'Neill's run through when he in the semi-final. This is back-to-back games now. 30-odd-0, 30-odd-10, 30 points to 10. And that's very similar to when O'Neill got through and put the try on for Jack Farriman. Very similar.
The Dupree break, it's just arms. Just throwing an arm out there and not valuing defending, not valuing getting stuck in.
The criticisms we've laid at Paul Rowley's door have been to do with probably throwing the ball around and chasing the game too much. This is a new problem. This is a really new problem. And they had it in the semi-final and in this game and away at Hull KR. Shipping points very, very easily.
But do you not think that, again, it comes back to the conversation about were you managing? At Salford, no matter how well you play, they always had games where they concede a lot of points because things just don't work and you wipe that game off and go, oh, it didn't work. But you invite so much pressure by making mistakes.
I suppose.
That you're fatigued and you're tired and...
I suppose. It is all rolled into one. There's no one thing where it's like attack and defences.
I think, to quote Matty Pete, and I know the whole identity thing was said and it was blown up and whatever, but when you think about Saints and how 1 week long identity stuff aside, like, think about how Saints teams defend, like under Wolf. They pinch you on 10. The fans are giving it. They were the first ones to start. Every time someone made a tackle, like everything on 10 metre line.
Even 10-0 down.
And it weren't even, again, that wasn't Saints defending. Those clips you've just been showing, the Dupree running through him, PLT running through him. That's not how you imagine a Saints side defending.
No.
And to be honest with you, something else I would say is, and it's going to be a very, very strong comment, but I'm going to stand by it, where it shows a bit of a shift in identity, culture, whatever you want to call it. I think Good Friday was their grand final. And after that, it's just gone boom, and it's like, whoa, it was two league points. Guys, like, you've got a full season for, and, qualify for playoffs and go for trophies. You was in a semi-final against Wigan, like, you're top of the league and going for grand finals, hopefully, like, do you know what I mean?
It's easy to say now. We were at the Wakefield game, the Challenge Cup game, and when we got drawn against Saints, I was happy with that.
It was the easiest draw.
Saints weren't going to be happy about playing us again. I don't think we'll be happy about playing it.
There was no easy draw if you were Saints, because all three of them teams are better than them.
But Wigan,
I know they're not on the table, but they are.
Wigan was sat there going, we'll go and prove them wrong, and we'll go and put a show on. And that was the first thought. You You can't win leagues playing like that. You can win games and you can do what they did, and you know what? Fair play, they beat us in Good Friday. And Bill Leyland stepped up when it mattered and did what he did. Right.
He barged over.
He barged over and he worked hard off a short kick.
Yeah, and they were already winning.
To celebrate like that, I went after David Clemmer when we were in at the Challenge Cup semi.
Yeah, I mean, you did go after David Clemmer, and for good reason, because he wasn't putting the work in for his teammates.
There's certain things that I really hate.
I hate that. I hate cheap shots on the floor. I hate people not working hard for the teammates, and I hate coaches making excuses.
But
I hate those three things.
Going back to that, I don't remember David Clemmer, and I don't want to just pick on him because there's quite a few players. Don't remember him taking a carry. The only reason I went after David Clemmer was because of his response after they won in Good Friday. Yeah. Having a go with the fans and whatnot.
The best forward's injured, and they've all decided not to aim up, not to improve.
Must be like a show of solidarity.
Yeah. They've all played as well in this game and against Wigan as Matty Lees. And he's played 2 seconds of the first game.
But again, go back to that Challenge Cup semi. Good Friday. They score that last try. Sailor goes and rubs Field on back at head when he's on floor.
Yeah.
You've
won nothing.
Them two are mates.
I know they're mates.
They're mates, them two.
You've won nothing for that club. He's got 8 NRL games. He's got 8 NRL games.
Well, he didn't make a good showing in this one against Cass.
His defensive
one of the
efforts.
worst players on
He's
field.
one of his defensive efforts. I don't care whether you say he's a maverick and he can make something out of nothing, which he can, and he can throw a big pass and he can do whatever. Jack Wellesby at fullback doesn't let them two tries in.
A lot of talk about Wellesby, isn't there? A lot of talk about Wellesby being put back to fullback.
We had a similar situation with Field and French.
We did.
And the conversation ended up being who could defend at 6. But they were both very, very good players. I think Bevan's a slightly better player. But both of them are very, very good players. In the top 15 players in Super League. Wellesby is clear of Sale. Wellesby is miles clear of Sale.
Wellesby's a better player than Sale. Yeah, oh, definitely.
So he plays 1. Because they both can't play 6.
Oh, right, I know what you mean.
There's a conversation.
But the problem is then, like, you've got Hastings, and you're sending Harry Whitby out on loan to Salford. I think their best half combination might be Harry Whitby and Hastings.
Have they played Johnny Lomax?
Or Johnny Lomax and Hastings are a bit similar though.
I think he's a bit of the Jake Connor.
They're a bit samey, aren't
you
they?
get, but that's what I would do.
I'd definitely have Wellesby at fullback. Problem is, you are not going to drop Tristan Saylor. And I think he's an alright player. But he doesn't fit in this team.
He's not a Saints player.
He don't fit in their team, does he?
But he's a perfect Paul Rowley player. Because he can win you a game. Because he can do something and throw a pass or, whatever.
I do think it is telling the players he brought in, Rowley. McDonald, Joe Shorrocks, Hastings.
Nene. The way when you throw that around, you need athletic.
Cross. Well, you didn't bring him in, I know, but
Shane Wright.
Shane Wright again, yeah.
But Nene McDonald is a Paul Rowley player. You need an athletic centre.
You've got to take the game out wide. You need that type of centre.
I think, and I don't want to bash St Helens too much, even though I'm enjoying this. I don't want to bash them too much, but I think the conversation about quarter spots has got to come back into it again. I don't think they're using them well enough. I don't think they've got enough. Maybe they've signed players that on paper you think that's a good idea, but they've not performed as well as the quarter players from the other clubs in and around them.
A couple of them. If you go through the quarter players, like Sirinen, he's been there a few years now.
He's been good, but he's on the decline, I would say.
But
now.
if you keep him as a quarter player, I don't mind it.
I don't hate that too much.
But
Shane Wright, is he better than Matt Whitley? He's more expensive. But is he better than Matt Whitley? I don't think he is. Not really.
But I don't get if you pick
you've got
quarter spots.
You've got Parsi until this week.
Why would you let Tommy Makinson leave
So you can bring in Carl
replace him.
Felt.
A 32-year-old Carl Felt.
Well, going back to the 32-year-old thing, I know he was out yesterday and was talking about rugby. And I asked to describe the team as God's waiting room. And
Yeah.
honestly, I think
Yeah.
it's you go through that squad and there's got a bit of youth in there with Robertson and whatever, but you go in and even the signings they've done, Clemmer,
Yeah.
like Walmsley now he's 3 years probably past it, and yeah, he can still do a devastating run where
The
he
whole
makes 10
personal
metres.
thing as well, isn't there?
The Percival thing, but you watch, and I do generally think this is probably something with it, age, you lose that half a step, you lose that half a yard of pace and
Like
whatever,
featuring
and
concrete.
now they can get round him, and you watch Walmsley's effort, you watch Clemmer's efforts, but it looks like 30 probably odd year old people who are past the best trying to make a tackle and missing because they're not as quick and agile as they used to be.
Yeah.
And I think that's a
So
big thing.
I don't think it's necessarily bad recruitment. I just think they're not getting good performances out of their quota players who are expensive. I feel like if you look at the quota players of Leeds or of Wigan,
They've signed Tristan Saylor, hoping he turns into Bevan French or Jayfield, who couldn't get into an NRL side.
but those two in particular, and from when they first sort of came in, I know Bevan was here for a long time before them. Let's talk about under Pete. They had them two, Cade Cust. You had Miskey, sort of. He was in that team. And when they played, you had Cade Ellis. When they played, you felt like they were going to die for the team. They were going to run through a brick wall for their team.
How old were all of them when they signed for Wigan?
They were all, I say all, actually Cade Ellis might be the youngest.
They were all younger than 26 when
Question,
they
yeah.
signed for this club.
Yes, they were. And so was Patrick Mago, just. Cade Cust was probably younger than Field. He definitely was younger than Field.
And then I'll look at Saints' recruitment.
I don't know, when was the last quota player we signed who was over the age of
28, 29.
even 28? I don't know. It's not the method we've gone with recently, is it? We just had a quick look through though. We paused it with the magic of television editing, and we've had a look through the past 10 or 11 years. The oldest players we've signed have been 27 years old, going all the way back to Matty Bowen, I think. Was
Talk about quarter players here.
quarter players, yeah, of course.
Every quarter player we've signed has been under the age of 27.
27 since Matty Bowen.
In 2014. And the reason we signed him was because we were losing Sam.
And before that, I think Frank Paul probably was a bit older than that. But yeah, it shows the direction we've gone in. Is it the right direction? We've got some hardware in the cabinet to say it is. But then, you know,
But Saints have got hardware. But who were the quarter players then?
Kevin Nagama,
Parsi.
Lachlan Coote, Parsi,
But the signing Parsi,
Sheridan Still,
Curl.
Connie Hurrell.
they were all around that age though. I know Coote was a little bit older. I think
Coote was
Hurrell
probably the one who got some experience because he came in for Barber, didn't he?
Yeah, but Hurrell was a little bit older, but he'd already been at Leeds.
Yeah.
They all came with a point to prove.
Yeah, I suppose. Coote probably is the only one that hasn't done that. Coote kind of proves he's the exception that proves the rule, I suppose.
But again, I still think Coote had years on his side because he then went to Hull KR, didn't he?
Yeah, but he wasn't very good when he went to care.
No.
He was all right. I mean, Coote was a really good player for Saints.
Yeah,
really
phenomenal
talented, really talented player. Yeah, he was a really good player. He used to give me nightmares. When you think about Warrington,
Warrington started to get it
Gareth
right.
Widdop wasn't really a quality player, but Chris Sando, Kurt Gidley,
Ashton Sims.
I would love to
Joel Monaghan,
to do
Michael
a breakdown
Inglis,
on it.
Greg Inglis. Warrington have always gone the other way. And then recently they've gone Matt Duffy, which...
Paul Vaughan was 28.
Yeah,
29.
but
He was, I'm not saying he wasn't 31.
no. I suppose
Hopewell is quite young, isn't
I
he?
suppose Hopewell is a good signing. Yeah, for them.
Look at Leeds.
Yeah,
Brodie Croft.
Lockie Miller, Brodie
Lockie
Croft.
Miller. I've come over here with a point to prove.
Ethan O'Neill. Keenan Palacier, Cooper Jenkins. They're all young fellas, aren't they?
Well,
The only one who's not is Sevo.
I think you could maybe have 2 or 3 that are 30 plus and bring you a lot of experience. Like, I think Hull KR using theirs to get Jared. That pack needed a bit of nastiness.
And then we've lost Jared, we'll get Tom.
Yeah, you need a little bit of experience.
Yeah.
Hiku at centre. A little bit older, a little bit of experience.
Yeah, he's older, and there was the whole Hiku Dunlap thing when he signed, and Hull FC fans thought he was finished, and he proved them wrong.
But they've still got a lot of young quarter players.
Whitbread's a young player.
Tyrone
Carl Lawton, even though he looks 45, he looks like when Tom Hardy was playing that boxer. Or not the boxer. What did Tom Hardy do when he was bald with a moustache? Was he Charles Manson?
Yeah.
He looks like that 9 for Hull KR. But he's not that old, actually. He just looks old because he looks like...
But he wants more game time in, and he's coming over it with a point.
Bronson, that was it, not Charles Manson. Charles Bronson.
There'll be somewhere like a magic number of how many
bald players. We'll work that out once, didn't we? In 2 was the magic number of bald players.
Yeah. Right. I think we've done enough on that game.
We've done long time on that game because Saints deserve to be talked about for that long.
Yeah. Identity. Is that going to be the new serendipity?
I hope it is. Inhumane was the new serendipity, and then identity is the new inhumane.
Serendipity. It's all white feather. Game day. We're talking about.
Right. Toulouse Wakefield.
Yeah.
22-18 Wakey win. Big 2 points.
Do you know why I like this?
Why?
Because they won ugly. Good teams win ugly. Yeah. Toulouse beat Wakefield earlier in the season. This time, Wakefield won ugly.
I think a big thing for me as well is Josh Rock got sin-binned with 15 to go. And Ashwell Bot scored, Ulberg scored within the first 4 minutes of him being sin-binned. And then they managed it better. That last 10 minutes where you're still down to 12.
Yeah.
They just defended well.
Got a bit spicy, didn't it?
It did actually, yeah.
And I saw Bots tie 3 days at the 9 for Wakefield. Yeah. And so they give him push and they all came together for a little bit.
He's got a bit like in him, actually. Dale Pearl was moaning about the decisions. Moaning about the ref again.
Was it?
Which is his favourite hobby.
No way.
Yeah. He does love moaning. He does love moaning about refs, doesn't he, Dale?
Dale Pearl.
It's not like he won the league in April. Lost it in May. Yeah. Good win for Wakefield. Toulouse, they keep putting a good performance in.
I think Toulouse, they've probably lost the most games out of the 3 promoted sides and been in the most games.
Yeah. I think that's a fair assessment. I'm just looking at some of the losses. They've had a couple that have been by like 20. They lost to 20 by us and 40 odd by Hull KR. But you go through, they've lost by 8, by 14, by 1 to Lee.
Notoriously poor starters.
They started this game better. They were ahead by 8.
They went to this game a bit better, but they've been in a lot of games, and do you know what? That'll serve them right.
Super League experience.
Yeah, their squad was a bunch of relative unknowns for this season, and so they'll be better off for that if they are allowed to stay in and build something.
Yeah, definitely. Go on, Catalans York.
Yeah, 36
points to 22. Catalans win. Catalans winning away from Paul. Needed.
Yeah,
they didn't start great. York 18-0 down. You're almost asking too much at that point.
Yeah,
four tries you need to make up to get the win. Doesn't happen doesn't happen regularly.
It's a big ask.
I like that Guillermo Aspiro Bichet, has Rodstad's favourite player, has come back into the fold, and I think he's playing a different position. I don't think he's been playing fullback.
He was in the halves, wasn't he?
He's played in the halves. He's played a bit of centre. I like him, and I like that he's back in the Catalan side.
Yeah.
I think it's good for...
There's a player there, isn't there?
Yeah,
There's
definitely.
raw, but there's a player there.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I think it's good for French rugby as well, you get a chance.
Last game, Sunday. One game on Sunday. Warrington, Bradford. Warrington won 26 points to 12.
Yeah. I really enjoyed this game.
Yeah.
It was a fun game, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
It felt like Warrington were trying desperately to break away, and Bradford were clinging on. The key moment for me was when Bentley got sin-binned for his chicken wing.
I am so sorry.
We said there was no chicken wings anymore. I know we said last week that there weren't any chicken wings anymore, and then Bentley did this.
Tried to snap a block.
That was horrible. And as chicken wings go as well, that was a horrible one.
Yeah.
It was like a chicken wing you found at a shop with a 1-star hygiene rating. That was you'd know it's mostly cat. That was a horrendous chicken wing.
Chicken of the cave.
Yeah, cave chicken is bat wings. Yeah, that was a bad chicken wing from Bentley. But once he was off, they didn't strike. And in fact, Warrington got down the other end and Ewan Irwin scored a lovely try. And I said earlier, didn't I, at the start of this piece, that I wanted to talk about Ewan Irwin because I thought he was fantastic again.
Yeah, good player.
He's a really talented player. And he took his try really nicely. He backed himself. And I like that about him. And then there was some outrageous work from Toby King to get Ashton free.
Yeah.
And once Ashton got free, he looked at the fullback and just went, I'm just going to score now. I'm just going to go past you for the length of the field. So, yeah, I'm glad that the game was settled by 2 nice tries for Warrington. But I think Bradford will be ruining their missed chance when they had them down to 12. And
Nicarima got a nice one back, didn't he, for Bradford?
Yeah,
He ran across, found a bit of a gap and got his way through. Good little bit of individual play from him.
Yeah, we're a fun game. I like this game a lot. I like watching Bradford.
Yeah. And it should be Sunday afternoon, sun shining, dry track. There should be some nice tries, some bit of pace, bit of individual brilliance.
And they're increasing the size, aren't they? The playing dimensions for Bradford. They're increasing the odds of playing dimensions. And I'm hoping that they get the best out of that then.
Yeah, definitely hoping so. Yeah, but Warrington did what they needed to do. 2
Yeah,
points.
they managed to pull away with 2 really nice tries. And like I said, I was glad that's what settled the game.
Yes, yeah.
A couple of moments of brilliance, one from Irwin and one from King and Ashton together combining for a nice try.
2 points. That it's what matters at this point of the year, doesn't it?
Warrington, it's potential banana skin, got to win that year.
Yeah. Right, prediction results from this week. We'll throw these in here because there's obviously no
Correct.
predictions for this week with no Super League games going on. The fans, they are struggling at the moment.
You need to get more voting here, fans. Get voting more.
Only 2 from 6 this week.
Terrible week for the fans. They used to dominate us when it was just picking the outright winner.
Yeah.
Now we've gone against the spread. The fans have struggled.
Yeah. So, from last week, me, the fans, and Matty were. Lewis was on 26. Matty, you were leading with 27.
That was close though.
Yeah. The fans have got 2 out of 6. Our leader, you got 3 out of 6, Matty.
Yeah.
That's took you to 30. The Oracle. Can't believe you refer to yourself as that in the group chat. You've now gone up. You got 4 out of 6. That's took you to 30.
Not a bad week considering last week was poor. Much improvement.
I got 5 out of 6. It's took me as the new outright leader with
That
31.
was a good week for you.
Yeah, so 31, 30 and 30 for both of you two. And the fans are sat on 28.
Languishing, the fans need to keep voting.
Yeah. So yeah, there's no predictions this week. From this point onwards, every episode we're going to have a set of predictions because it's every week a Super League.
Yep.
We're going to take a quick break.
Till round 27 when the true Oracle will be crowned.
Ooh,
The true oracle. I like that.
true Oracle.
We'll have to get like a little trophy of
Jeff.
Jeff
Jeff
fingers onto his temples, and that could be awarded to the predictions winner. Unless the fans win.
who's gonna pick it up for the fans?
If the fans win, Matty Pete gets it.
We'll have to do a competition where, like, on Twitter or something, and we can organise one of the fans who wins the competition.
Random wheel spin.
Pick it up.
Yeah.
You can get the Jeff statue.
Right, we'll take a quick break and we're going to come back with the news, Lewis.
Okay, gentlemen, time for the news. Unfortunate news to start off with. Roger Tuivasa-Sheck out for the rest of the season with an ACL injury.
Well, it's bad.
Obviously, Wakefield.
Wise.
Bad for the Wires. Obviously, Wakefield fans will be keeping their eyes on that, seeing what happens now as recovery goes.
And that 9 months puts it towards the start of the season, but he's not going to get a pre-season.
Yeah. That's it.
It's a big issue that for them.
It is.
Part of the game now, isn't it? ACLs and MCLs, PCLs, meniscus, DCL. No, that's Dominic Calvert-Lewin. SCS, DFS,
They're still having a sale.
BHS, DVD. I'm just thinking of 3 letter acronyms now. Yeah, it's bad though, how many hamstrings and knee injuries we're getting this.
Do you think we get more now, or do you think people just used to be missing with a knee injury?
We get more, well, I suppose.
They're getting more big ones.
I
We're
think
getting
we
a
get
lot
more
of
big ones,
ACLs, people done for the season.
Yeah, but
ACLs and hamstrings are through the roof in the last couple of years.
Do you think?
Yeah, I think so.
I just wonder me whether it's
Obviously
like,
head knocks because they're more tested.
but like your knee injury, you come back in 6 months, but you never got back to your level. I think the length of it now means that you get back quicker. You get back better, rather than everyone talks about you did your knee and you were done.
Yeah.
Right, moving on to a bit of player movement news. Singleton released from Cass.
Yeah.
Years ago.
Remember he got released by Wigan because they wanted to bring in Tyler Dupree.
Yeah.
Cass have done the same.
Yeah. Maybe just to see where he goes.
Maybe it's a business opportunity for Singleton to just keep letting his house out to Tyler Dupree every club they go to.
And just have his number ready on speed dial.
Just phone him up and listen, Tyler, do you want a house?
Who wants Tyler Dupree in 2 years' time?
I know they want Brad Singleton now, whoever it is.
Pazzi has left Saints, or will be leaving Saints.
Yeah.
He's
He's been a good in pars, Yanni, but
Saints fans liked him.
last couple of years he's not played
He's not
very
been the
much.
same since that bad injury. But it comes down to
He was a fan favourite, Iggy Pazzi.
how much has he played this year? He came on against us, didn't he? And then went off injured.
He didn't play very much.
Why has someone re-signed him for another year? Because now you've got to pay him out. It's
They'll
released.
pay him off. They'll have to pay him off so they can
Bad cap management.
do the next news story.
Well, yeah, so the next one that links into this is they've signed NRL forward Saluka Fafita from the Bulldogs. I know the picture is in a Bulldog shirt,
how
but he's
many-
still playing for the Bulldogs now, I'm not too sure.
They've obviously got a bit of an injury issue in the pack. So this guy's known for playing a lot of games every season, isn't he?
Oh, I don't know.
Not go look at his injury record.
It's bad. Well, no surprise he's played for the Bulldogs. He keeps having wrestling everybody.
Damn, that stuff's such a good story.
Has your news ever had a story as good as that?
No, not
Yeah,
that.
it was Ken Seal falling in a pothole.
Yeah,
I
Ken
catch
Seal.
that. That was an eye catcher.
Was that an eye catcher?
Yeah, we put it in there.
But all the Bulls.
The Bulls have got
Eye
getting
catcher.
loose. That was an eye catcher.
Gosh, was that an eye catcher?
That might have even been in the round the grounds because it was in Super League.
And then the rest.
Kane Ellis getting done in a cryptocurrency scheme
Yeah.
by Trent Merrin.
Okay, was that not an eye catcher?
That was a mad story. The illegal printer ink alleged story as well.
Illegal printer.
That wasn't in the news. That was in.
That was just you chatting at the end, which I'm still not sure that was actually true.
NRL movement again. McInnes leaving the Sharks. It's not been confirmed officially, but it's pretty much kind of nailed on that he's going to York.
McInnes will make 1 million tackles.
Yeah.
I think it's a good signing.
If you
I
want
think
to win some money, put some money on him being Super League hitman next year. If he plays every game, he'll win the most tackles.
Shane's.
Another injury news.
No, I mean, he's not going to play 9. He doesn't play 9, McInnes, that much. He plays 13. Anyway, sorry, go on.
No, it's okay. More injury news. Yates for Warrington
Speaking
set
of
to miss the
13s,
rest of the season. It's a bit of a weird one, this, because it kind of went alongside another news that was in the same story, because it was Warrington connected. Luke Yates is set to miss the rest of the season, but it turns out George Williams' neck surgery has gone very, very well, and that means that actually he may make a return this year.
Okay.
So they said, obviously, Yates is out, but a bit of good news, a bit of light at the end of the tunnel.
Yates got a new contract, didn't he?
From an England point of view, yeah, he did. Got
2 years.
4 years.
Was it 4? I think it was 2 years for Yates.
I think I was saying, good news for England, George Williams being back at towards the end of the season. But if you're Warrington, and let's say he comes back towards the very end, we're 14 weeks from the end of the season, the playoffs.
That feels mad, that. Feels like
It's going to be non-stop rugby now, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's non-stop rugby now.
Well, there's that one split week. Is that still a thing?
I don't know. I don't think it is.
Should be.
But my point being is that 14, 15 weeks.
Grand finals earlier this year.
Yeah. Do Warrington bring him back?
Oh yeah, it's George Williams.
Of a neck injury.
Yeah,
Neck injury.
it's George Williams. Mate, it's George Williams. You bring him back. He gives you a chance to win in the playoffs. Been there, done it. And he's your best player.
Yeah.
Agree. A couple of news on bans. Valamai, 3-game ban.
Why doesn't he just come on over? When he's in defence, why does he just come on over?
Well, he's been going on over to injured players and touching them, which has resulted in a 3-game ban because it's an automatic grade E or whatever.
Good to see some consistency there.
Do you know what?
With an injured player, so he's got a 3-game ban. That's just automatic punishment.
I've got to say, you know what I saw? I saw a comment saying you can now get a 3-game ban for putting a player in the recovery position. Right.
No, you don't.
But the whole point is that you're not a doctor. If you snap your neck, you're not getting put in the recovery position.
Every time I've ever heard a medical professional from within the sports world talk about this sort of thing, they always say, if a player tries to help, they do more damage.
Yes. And it's one of the big things. You don't remember the, there's been a couple in football, hasn't there? A couple of bad ones. And everyone comes running over and gets involved, and the actual doctors can get there straight away because there's people in the way.
The worst one was the old England player back in the day, well back in the day, where he was suffocating and John Embry thumped him and broke his rib, and that was the only injury he had.
Let the doctor get there. Just let them deal with it.
Well, no, you don't get banned for putting somebody in the recovery. We had the Peter Hickey situation where he didn't get banned because he was trying to help. The ones who got banned have been...
Deserved.
Yeah, they've deserved it.
Did this all start, was it Luke Gale? When Johnny Lomax? I'm sure it was a good couple of years
there was
ago
a weird
now.
one where Luke Gale got a red card, didn't he?
Well,
For kicking.
he was injured. Lomax went down, hurt, and basically the Gale's trying to pick him up and get him back on his feet, I think, to avoid like it being a red going, that's if it makes it look like I've not hit him that bad, it might lessen the punishment
It
thing.
was the head knocked out.
So he went to pick
No, it was
him.
when Luke Gale went studs up into trying to block a kick.
Yeah,
went straight through him.
Lomax through.
When he played for Hull FC.
And because Gale knew he
Yes.
did it bad and he knew he was going to get sent off, Lomax was down holding his leg and he's gone, oh, sorry, mate, and gone to pick him up, I think, thinking again, but if he's on his feet, it might not look too bad and that might help me
about that.
get off with not as bad of a punishment. And then I think that's where it all kind of come from, said you cannot touch an injured player, as well as obviously safety and stuff like that. Same game, Hastings has got a 2-game ban. From the legal throw.
One got a yellow card, didn't he? Crosby got binned in that game as well.
Yeah. He did. Any more player injuries? No. Let's have a look at the remaining stories. 2 people set to retire from the women's game, Jodie Cunningham and Emily Budge.
Yeah.
Obviously big names on the women's side of the sport.
Big names.
Jodie Cunningham does a lot of like punditry work now for Sky Sports and stuff.
I think she'll move into a bigger role with that.
They've both been stalwarts for St Helens and England in the past however many years. I mean, as long as women's rugby has been in the forefront, them two have been at the top of it, haven't they?
Yeah.
One was Saints captain, one was England captain. They both played for both, and
They're two very good players.
they're going out on their own terms, I suppose you could say. I mean, they've got a Challenge Cup final coming up, and then they retire at the end of the season, so they'll want some silverware before they go.
Yeah.
But they're going out together.
So it's nice, go out on your feet.
Yeah.
Liam Moore been announced as the referee for the final on Saturday.
Yeah.
Again, you'd expect
One of them.
sitting there on
Is-
Kendall, and
you
you
know,
normally
Kendall's
always
gonna
get
get
that
it, yeah.
big. So I know Jack Smith's kind of hovered in there a little bit recently, but I think they're still the main 2 referees, aren't they? Kendall and
If
Moore.
you ask anyone who the top 3 referees are, I doubt there'll be anyone who wouldn't put Liam Moore in the top 3.
Liam Moore and Kendall would both be in everybody's top 3, I think.
Yeah.
And it's actually Kendall's going to be the video ref, and Aaron Moore's got the women's final.
Yeah.
They're finishing off with 2 from Australia. Andrew Abdu has stepped down
Yeah.
for his role with the NRL, which is a bit weird
Interesting,
given
that
the
one.
whole takeover Super League connection.
Yeah.
I think this is
Tennis
raising a couple of
Australia.
eyebrows.
See, I don't I don't follow it. I mean, I do follow the NRL and I do watch a lot of the stuff there, but I've never been able to work out like the jurisdiction between Volandis and Abdo. Like I can never work out who does what because they work together. Yeah, but I can never work out like who did what. Maybe we'll find out now with like if Abdo leaves or whoever comes in.
The point is, the rumour is they're going to replace him with Volandis. Volandis is going to step up to CEO. They're going to take it on an interim and then get appointed.
Okay.
So it's whether they decide to replace Volandis. Because I listened to something this afternoon and they were talking about Volandis isn't as popular as he used to be in the New South Wales racing.
I suppose but he has had a lot to do with racing, hasn't he? But the thing with that is like you've got one person then at the top, and it's a bit like what it's been here in the past. You've got one voice at the top, and whatever they want kind of goes. Whereas I feel like over there it's been them two working together, and you can bounce off each other a bit more, and you can.
The clubs have a bit more power as well over there.
Well, they've got a lot of power over here.
Yeah,
with all their voting. Whatever, we'll see what happens with that.
Tennis Australia is what they're saying. He's going to.
All right.
To be the lead of Tennis Australia.
Well, it is big, isn't it? Down there, tennis is big.
Yeah, the
one of the majors.
I was going to call them majors.
It is a major.
Are they called majors in tennis?
Yeah. Australian Open.
Yeah, so it must be a good opportunity.
Yeah. And I wanted to finish with this one just to give it the time it deserves. A bit of upsetting news coming out of Australia, and that is that Jai Arrow has had to retire with immediate effect. He's been diagnosed MND. Obviously something that is close to home in our game, with obviously Burrows recently. Everything Kevin Sinfield's got ahead of that.
Doddy Weir and Moody in the other chord with the same sort of thing. It's a concern, isn't it, with rugby players? And do you know what? He fronted it up. He spoke to the media. I was surprised he did that.
Yeah. So he wants to inspire.
Yeah.
He wants to,
clearly hurting. I mean, it must be heartbreaking. You're a young family and all his teammates. It must absolutely break them. I don't know how South Sydney are going to play another game for the next. Well, it could affect you for a long time.
Yeah.
I don't know how they're going to get up for a game now.
What is not has not been said, obviously, is this has been an ongoing thing this season. So have the players known and it's been kept secret?
Yeah, this is what people don't get. They think games are just played on paper.
Well, without being funny, do you remember the Wigan documentary where it talked about we had that difficult spell? Actually, Matty Pete's wife had lost a child at the same time, and no one knew that things were going on.
No one gets that. You don't know. But if you think about like our teammates, we've all played team sports. You see them once or twice a week, and if something happened to them, it'd kill you. Yeah. And yet these lads have seen each other day in, day out for most. Like that's who they work with. That's
they don't come into work when they got a day off.
Yeah,
they spend it with
them, and they do go onto the field every single week with their teammates, and the bonds you must form there must be unbreakable. And then to see one of your own go through something like that, and Arrow, as far as I'm aware, has played for South Sydney his whole career.
He was at the Titans and played for the
Broncos.
Yes,
of course. He had a couple of spells early, but he's played for most of his career at the Rabbitohs.
I think listening to people that have worked with him, Wayne Bennett's comments were fabulous.
Yeah, Bennett spoke really well, I thought, because it must have been hard for him as well. He's obviously uncle to all those players. Yeah,
I think his comments were telling that he actually said that he wasn't the most talented, he wasn't that, but no one worked harder than him. It goes with the comments that Jai's made himself, that he's going to fight it and do everything that he can to try and...
Like, it goes without saying, we're all behind him.
Yeah,
this
definitely.
And
the NRL have been as well. I've seen many like players, when they get interviewed post game and they've had the match or anything, they've all been saying, I just want to pass my guys on to Jai Arrow and saying, I don't know him personally, but as a player, a fellow competitor, as a father myself and stuff, I just want to, I want him to know what I'm thinking about him and his family and stuff.
The rugby league world, it is big, but it's also small, and we do look after our own, or we like to think we look after our own, and so I think the whole rugby league world will be behind him.
We'll do everything right.
Definitely. That's the end of the news.
Right, so the eye catchers then, we've got quite a few eye catchers, and let's start off with Origin. It is Origin week, Origin game 1 week, and
I should say it's tomorrow for us.
Well,
we're filming it on Tuesday.
I was going to say, how good were Queensland and or New South Wales? No, we might record 2 bits of this and edit out the wrong one because, yes, today, I suppose, if you're listening to this on release day, it is State of Origin. I'll probably edit it while the game's being built up to. But yeah, State of Origin Game 1. In the past, there's not been loads recently that's gone to a decider. And so Game 1 is always the big deal. It's always guaranteed to be a huge event. I hope it's a close game. I don't care who wins. I just want it to be close. I'll root for the other team that loses the first in Game 2, and then I'll root for another good game in Game 3. Yeah, I'm really, really, really excited for State of Origin.
There's so many questions going into this one. A bit different than normal Origins.
The eligibility criteria has been relaxed.
Yeah.
And so now they've got bigger pools to choose from.
Some of the things I was going to talk about in that was you always knew who was going to be.
No, listen, I think they're picking on form this year.
That's what I mean.
I don't think they're picking on biggest names.
You always knew it was going to be Caelan Ponga or Reece Walsh at fullback. Munster was going to be 6. DC was going to be 7. Harry Grant and Ben Hunt was going to be on the bench. And actually, we've seen a change here.
It's because they started picking on form.
Yeah.
Not just picking big names anymore.
The conversation around ruck speed, is it going to be ref like an NRL game or is it going to be allowed to be Origin?
Well,
Ashley
Klein's reffing this one for the 400th Origin game for Ashley Klein. I think the first Origin game he reffed involved, on the one side, it was Henry V. So yeah, I do think. I mean, Klein's been a referee.
Queenslander, won it.
He's been a referee since we were children, and somehow he's still doing it at the top level. So yeah, Klein's going to ref that. Hopefully, he refs it. Hopefully, he refs it well, and there's no big talking points. I'm sure there will be. There always is, but I just hope it's a close game.
It's going to be interesting. The 6-man bench. It's going to be a different side to it.
6-man bench, yeah, interesting.
The 14.
Yeah.
It's always a massive thing in Origin.
Picking a 14.
I remember for years Cooper Cronk played the 14.
Yeah.
Come on and play at 13.
That Queensland side was ridiculous where you could put Cronk on the bench because you had Darren Lockyer and Jonathan Thurston.
And Slater.
Dear me.
Yeah.
Anyway, the next thing was just at Wembley this weekend, they were selling an enormous hot dog for £12.
Nice.
So if you're at Wembley this weekend, like we are, and you fancy a hot dog and you've got £12 burning a hole in your pocket, go to this hot dog stand and, well, I suppose it's a pound an inch because it's a foot-long hot dog. So
They look good off the picture.
the bun was 8 inches, the sausage was 12, I think. It did look good, you're right, but that's what's selling at Wembley, so you've got a bit of pre-warning. It is £12. Then there was another thing about long, things that are long, was Sam Walters, who is long.
Yes, he's very long.
Somebody asked some Wigan supporters how many Sam Walters it would take to get from Wigan to Paris. And some of the answers make you question the education system in Wigan somewhat. As 3 people who work in education. Some people who don't understand the concept of distance were saying 300 million Sam Walters.
So I'm sure there was a 6 million.
That anything over $1 million is a really, really long way.
What was the actual answer again?
It's like 30,
It was 330
300,000, I think it was.
something.
Yeah, it was. I mean,
Not 6 million.
that might be if you were measuring in egg rolls or something. I don't know. Yeah, that was eye-catching.
Yeah.
Because I thought he was guessing easy 300 million for that, whatever it was, the biggest guess. You said something, you just made me right, Saints fans, AI. What does this mean?
So, Saints put out a thing saying that they had answered fans' questions about the club's direction.
Like a fans forum?
Yeah, but they got questions sent in, put them on social media with the answers to
Right,
them.
okay, so I like that because they could vet the question before and
But they didn't. It would be a great idea to do. But what they've actually done is not told any fans that they were answering these questions. So no fans have sent in questions.
they forgot to ask for the questions.
They've just took questions that they've written by looking at what fans are complaining about on social media. So it was like, one of them was around Vegas, and they said that our focus at the moment is in the infrastructure and player recruitment rather than spending money on Vegas.
Signing Aussies.
And in it, the response was, we will look at it for the future. Well, there's only one more year as it stands. So it can only be for 2028. But when you go back to what Saints said about Vegas last year, when it was announced that Hull, Care and Leeds were going, they said that they would look at it and basically put a word-for-word identical response out. Some of the responses were just so AI.
Oh, they were. Yeah.
Oh,
Claude was
yeah.
involved. Claude was confusing Gus Gould over the weekend by
Yeah.
not knowing the rules of the NRL. That was funny.
What was it about? It was regarding recruitment, and basically the response says, we are constantly looking for recruitment from experienced overseas players.
Oh, it's been big
And
words
you-
that no one
and-
understands. Yeah.
And using
AI does
the
that.
local systems to develop local
Yeah,
players who
rubbish.
inspire the future.
What they've not done there is put in the little box, right like a human.
Yeah.
Yeah. They've not done that, have they?
But it was the word, rather than mention local clubs.
Yeah.
That wasn't mentioned, it just said using the junior pathways. It's like, come on.
Might not be AI, it might just be somebody writing who doesn't understand what to say. You've made me write an eye catcher here. This is the last one, Louis. You made me write Chester.
Yeah.
Why have I written Chester?
Chester the molester.
I'm sorry. What?
So Brad Fiddler
Oh,
is
yeah.
coming to
Oh,
find
Freddie.
himself in.
His name isn't Fiddler either. Fiddler.
Brad. Right,
Unless you want to
sorry,
go-
molester on my mind.
Go along with the theme of
the
this.
molester,
Yeah.
Brad Fiddler, sorry. He's found himself in hot water, basically. I don't actually know the player, Chester, but Tom Chester.
Tom Chester.
Tom
is
Chester.
Cowboys, isn't it?
Centre for the Cowboys, isn't he? He made a break, spilled his ollies, dropped the ball.
A guaranteed try it was, wasn't
And
it?
Brad Fittler turned around and said, "Oh no, he had them, Chester the molester." None of the commentators said anything, but people have got the clip and it's gone viral. And
Is there anything better than that awkward silence
That was an awkward
when
silence.
none of them know what to say?
That's the sort of thing that would elicit an awkward silence if one of us said it while we were watching the NRL. Like,
Yeah.
you'd go, that's not really that funny, though. That's a bit stupid. He just dropped it, just knocked it on, that's all it did. But when
You just thought of the first word that ends in
what round
Chester.
is Chester?
when there's a...
We can have Jake the Snake, and people like that. We can have Chester the, I know, molester.
Yeah, that is just not a good nickname, is it?
It's not one. I'm all, that guy won't want it to stick. But I feel
Tom
like now because
Chester,
it's gone
he
by.
definitely doesn't want it to stick.
There's going
Let's
to
be
be
clear.
signs up in the stadiums now. Chester the molester everywhere. He's not going to be able to.
imagine being in that changing room the day after.
Oh, you'd
It'll
get so
come in.
much stick.
Oh.
They'd written on his locker as well, wouldn't they?
The molester's here.
Oh, dear.
Brad Fittler's just ruined him, hasn't
Yeah,
he? He's just absolutely.
He's a
ruined
good
his name
player
and
as
his
well. I
name.
like him.
yeah. We've had a few...
Tommy the molester.
I mean, there's the whole Andy Last thing with penetration. Like, that's just a stupid joke that keeps going on.
Mainly by us.
He keeps saying it, so we're going to keep doing it. That is a bad one for Freddie to say. He's so experienced. He's been on the telly for years, and yet he's doing daft nicknames like you might say in the beer garden if somebody dropped the ball.
Big guy after having about 5 or 6 pounds. He obviously calls one Chester the molester.
I just,
Yeah,
I'm telling you, if I was commentating and I said something like that, I'm turning around, putting the matter down. I'm done for the day. I can't recover from this. Oh, it's a shocker. It's a shocker.
It's funny though.
Yeah.
I mean, it is
It's
real.
funny.
It is quite funny. Yeah, it is quite funny. Not if
But
you.
it's not. It's funny for the wrong reason.
If you're Tom Chester, it's not funny.
It's just those moments you always see those viral videos of commentators, pundits, whatever.
Gary Neville's had a few, and where he had that goal-gasm.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
They had one of them when Nathan Cleary dropped a 2-point field goal. They had a goal-gasm
against
then.
Parramatta.
Yeah, against Parra.
He kicked the penalty out on the line, didn't he? Kicked it out on the 40, tapped it and he just hit it straight off. It's good how they kick it out on them lines.
Yeah, there was an unreal 2-point drop goal in this weekend's fixtures for that might have been for the Cowboys actually. I think it was. Yeah, the Cowboys were against the Rabbits, weren't they, on stroke at half time? That would have gone over from his own 40. That one, because that was struck so purely. It was like striping. It was like somebody had striped a 7-iron, and it went sailing over. Might have been, I can't remember. One at Kyle Boys.
Yeah, it's got a big boot on it.
It was one at Kyle Boys. I can't remember who it was.
Right. I think that wraps everything up.
Oh yeah. Have we got a game this weekend? Wigan.
Well, it is Challenge Cup Saturday. Or if you're from St Helens, Warrington, Leeds, Hull FC, Lee, anywhere in France.
No, then it's Challenge Cup Samedi.
It's just Saturday.
Yeah.
Just Saturday from everywhere else.
Mm-hmm.
Cannot
Well,
wait.
technically St Helens have got the women are in the final. So technically it's Challenge Cup, it's Challenge Cup final there for St Helens.
Yeah. Yeah. The rest of you,
Enjoy your week off.
I'll enjoy my week.
You can rest all your players this week, actually. Every other team in the league can rest all their players this week and bring the game into disrepute because they're not going to name any of your stars in your 21.
Yeah.
We will, because we've made the Challenge Cup final. Hull KR will, because they've made the Challenge Cup final.
Yeah. I think that's the perfect note to leave it on.
You'd rather be in it than sat at home watching.
It's funny, isn't it? Sorry, I'm going to say this. When you don't make it, you'll think, oh, the week off will do as well.
Yeah.
We needed this week off.
And whichever team loses this weekend will be ridiculed
Yes.
for making a final and not winning. Only one team can win it.
Yeah.
I'll tell you 10 teams who can't win it.
Yeah, definitely. Right, Lewis, Matty, thank you for coming on.
No worries, man.
It's been another good episode, and hopefully we're back on here next week.
Fingers crossed.
Celebrating.
Celebrating some silverware.
Fingers crossed.
Either way, we'll be here.
Scoop up some silverware. Yeah, we will. We'll be... one thing we'll not be doing is calling for Matty P to get sacked, either way.
No.
Yeah.
Or knighted. Because we don't overreact.
Yeah.
That much.
We do sometimes.
We overreact a bit. But not that much. We never wanted John Cartwright to coach Wigan. Or Dennis Bears.
Yeah. So, Matty, Lewis, thank you for joining us, and we'll be back next week.